Hey guys, another edition of David Essel Alive. As you know, if you don't know, maybe you're brand new to the show here. We have been doing a positive talk radio show for 27 years now. And recently what we've started doing is the beginning of the show, we've decided to do it live right here with you on Facebook. And of course, all of our archive shows are available at talkdavid.com. Just go to the website. Look for the little link that says David's radio shows, and you'll hear this one and a million other. Thousands of hours of positive talk radio. So when you're sick and tired of the media, when you're sick and tired of news, when you're sick and tired of all that kind of crap, my Lord, baby, go to talkdavid.com and join us there. Thousands of hours of archive radio, celebrity interviews, expert guest interviews. But this segment of the show, we answer your questions from around the country. Right now, we've got a question from Florida. We've got one from New York City, Jacksonville, Florida, North Carolina, Utica, New York, my own. That's where I was born. Oh, my God. Utica, New York. Hey, Rosalind from Australia. We've got people from all over the world now joining us right here on Facebook Live. The rest of the show, after I do the brief introduction with answering some of your questions, always available at talkdavid.com. Really great to have you on board. Let's jump right off here. And this is quotations. I'm always such a hot mess, end quote. David, I don't know why I say this, but please give me the download in regards to why we do it and what I can do to change it. Oh my God, self-talk is huge, right? Judy Marie Tucci, welcome. Self-talk is huge. So when we're saying to ourselves, I'm always a hot mess, I'll never lose this weight, I'll never find the love of my life, money is so difficult, whenever we're doing that kind of self-talk, we're putting ourselves behind the 8 ball, and you guys know it. But guess what? So many times we don't even realize we're doing it. Why is that? Because it's become such a normal part of our conversation. Now remember this, and this is something we talk about huge in our new book, the #1 best-selling book on positive thinking. You may have the conscious mind intention to have positive self-talk, positive action, but it's the subconscious mind that's in control, baby. And if you're saying all the time, I'm such a mess, I'll never lose the weight, I'll never find deep love, I'll never make the money that I want to make, you're not going to. It's that freaking simple. Now, if you want to eradicate it and turn it around, how do you do it? So for our listener here from Florida that wrote in, the very first thing is to find out how many times am I making this comment that I'm such a hot mess. I can never handle driving in traffic. I'll never lose this weight. I never make enough money. #1 is become aware. Start to write down the very thing that you're afraid you're saying too often so you can become attached consciously to what's going on in the subconscious mind. You guys know this stuff. You don't ever want to consciously repeat that your life sucks, that money is hard, you'll never lose the weight, that you're such a hot mess, right? You don't want to consciously, no one does it consciously. So it comes up from a subconscious pattern. And the only way to shatter it, the #1 way, is to become aware of how much you're doing it. So that's #1. Just a little notation. Oh my God, I'm saying this 10 times a day. I'm saying this 20 times a day. #2 is find a friend, maybe a partner, maybe a best friend, and instruct them like this. And there's only one way to do this. Instruct them by saying, hey, whenever I say I'm never going to find a great guy, I'm never going to find a great woman, I'm never going to lose this weight, I'm never going to find a career I love, tell them to just say to you the word black or marshmallow or some other word to get your attention, that there I go again. I'm saying the very thing I don't want to be repeating. That awareness can snap you back into reality, slow you down so you can make a better choice on what you're saying that's either going to propel you forward in finding that love of your life or losing the weight or making the money, or quit saying I'm such a hot mess, as this person wrote in. You're tuned in to David Essel Live, 27 years on the air, and every week, the first 15 or 20 minutes of the show, we answer your questions from all over the country right here on Facebook Live. Let's go next. This is out of New York City. Recently, I heard you on Jenny McCarthy radio show talking about a caller who called into the show saying he had gained 150 pounds in 2 years of marriage. How the heck does something like that happen? Well, I don't know if you heard that caller when he called in, but I was asking him that very question. 150 pounds in 2 years, that's huge. I said the only thing that I can imagine is that you're emotionally eating your feelings that you're not expressing to your partner. And just like that, he said, you know what, David, you're right. whenever I start to say to my partner that I'm unhappy with this, or I want more of that, or whenever I bring up my feelings, they shut me down immediately and tell me that it's a ridiculous feeling, that it doesn't make sense what I want. And so I've stopped expressing my emotions. Okay, so when you stop expressing your emotions, what do most people do? If you don't feel safe with your partner, we can start drinking more. In his case, eating more. We can start spending more money shopping. We can start working more. If we don't feel that our feelings are being validated with one of the most important people in our lives, our partner, well, we're going to shut down and back up. And as I continued to call with him on Jenny McCarthy's show, he kept saying, yes, I do that. Yes, I do this. Yes, I do that. So what happens is, over the course of time in a relationship, we become insecure and codependent. Now, what does that mean? Everyone uses that word, codependent. Well, it means that we're afraid to rock the boat in relationship. We're afraid to say things that we need to say. We're afraid that individuals are going to judge us for the feelings that we have in our heart and soul, and they're going to shut us down. So instead of saying, hey, I think we need to get in and work with David Essel, or some counselor or another coach, we're just going to eat those words. We're going to eat our emotions. He gained 75 pounds a year, 75 pounds a year for 2 years because he was afraid he was going to be rejected again with his thoughts. Don't go there. Number one, get help. Learn how to express yourself. See if your partner will go in with you. But if they don't, that's fine. Go ahead and get the help yourself. You're tuned in to David Essel Live, America's positive radio talk show, 27 years on the air. If you want to hear our archive shows, thousands of hours, celebrity interviews, guest interviews, and of course like this, answering your questions from around the country, go to talkdavid.com. Look for the little link, David's radio show, and you can listen to archive shows for hours. And I want to thank everyone so much for tuning in and being a part of this right here on Facebook Live. This is from Jacksonville, Florida. The only reason I drink as much as I do is because my boyfriend of 6 months does it every week. I'm afraid if I don't go for a drink with him, that he'll leave me. I'm stuck in the middle. Well, actually, you're not stuck in the middle. You're stuck with yourself. And I just talked about codependency with eating. See, if you're with a partner, I don't care if it's 6 months or 6 years, and you're doing things you don't feel comfortable with because you're afraid if you don't do them, he or she will leave you, we've just given up our personal power. We've given up all of our power to them. So if your boyfriend loves to go out and drink, and you would rather not, but you go along because you're afraid he's going to leave you, the odds are it's going to turn into something bad down the road if it isn't already. So what's the answer? Well, I'm going to give you an answer you're probably not going to be too excited to hear, and that is you've got to set boundaries. You've got to set consequences. You've got to say, hey, listen, I know you love to go out and drink once or twice or 3 times a week, but I can't go there anymore. You know, it's too much for me. My body can't handle it. My mind can't handle it, whatever. There's got to be some negative ramifications or you wouldn't be writing to me on the show. So are you able to be strong enough? Are you able to stand up for yourself? And if you can't, I'm going to say what I've said before, is get help. Work with someone like myself, a counselor and a coach. Work with someone to learn how to get your sea legs, how to get strong, how to be able to voice your opinion, and maybe go in the opposite direction of your partner. Now, if your partner gives you a hard time because in the beginning we used to have so much fun, we went out drinking all the time, and now you're not going with me, you can then make a decision. Is this really the right relationship for me? Maybe he needs someone that's excited about going out drinking on a regular basis. But if it's not you, and if you don't stand up for what is right for you, you're going to lose faith and trust in yourself. And he's going to lose faith and trust in you as well. Because he will sense that deep in your heart, you're not on board. Face it now. Speak to him now. If that doesn't work, get help. You are tuned in. And if you ever want to email us during the show, you can email us at talkdavid.com. You can right here ask a question on Facebook Live. We're going to go to a couple more of your questions that came from all over the country. And then you can listen to all the archive shows at talkdavid.com. Next up, this is from the city I was born in, and you never hear anyone from Utica, New York, right? You never hear anyone from Utica, New York, and oh my Lord, You are going to rock and roll. If there's anyone from Utica, New York listening right now, you've got to post. Joyce just said that you need to stop being emotionally abused. Will he be enjoying going to places that you want to go to too? And that's a great point, Joyce. You know, for our last individual that wrote in, talking about that the boyfriend wants to go out drinking all the time and she's not into it that much anymore. Yeah, is he doing things that you want to do? Right now, you know you're in trouble in the relationship. Once again, or you wouldn't have written into us, okay? So take care of yourself and contact us at talkdavid.com if we can help you at all with this situation. Okay, now to Utica, New York. Oh, this is huge. Withdrawal from opiates. The opiate addiction, as you know, in the United States of America is off the charts. It's really sad. We've been working with opiate addicts for years and years now. About 45 people a day die from opiate overdose. Isn't that incredible? And what are opiates? Opiates start with the pain pill category, the oxys, the roxys, the Vicodins, etc., right? And then it goes over into the heroin. Now, we've worked with a lot of clients that have said they would never do heroin. But heroin is an opiate identical to Vicodin or OxyContin or Roxy's, right? It's all the same family. So when the pill market on the street goes up and you're spending $40, $50, $60 for one pain pill, and then you find out that you can get triple or 4 times the amount of heroin for that cost, that's why a lot of people have cross-addicted from pain pills over to heroin. And most of the clients that I have that come into the office or I work with via Skype, they all say the same thing. I never imagined I'd be able to inject heroin. I never thought I'd be snorting heroin or snorting Vicodin or any of the other pain pills. But the addiction is incredible, and it's taken this country by storm. So what do? If you're afraid of going through opiate withdrawal, which is absolutely nasty? If you don't know anything about it, there's everything from cramping to sweating, insomnia, nausea. It's nasty. It's nasty. And so, well, the number one thing is still the number one treatment is something called Suboxone. Suboxone, you have to get through a doctor's prescription. So I would say right away, find out who in your area is an expert with opiate withdrawal and get yourself a prescription of Suboxone. But, and let me tell you, there's a big but here. You can become emotionally and physically addicted to Suboxone. So we ask our clients when they're talking to their doctors about getting on Suboxone for opiate withdrawal to work on a 3 or at the most a 6-month prescription where the doctor will slowly wean you off the Suboxone. Now, once that's happened, and I've got a great success story to tell you right now, and then the rest of the show you can hear at talkdavid.com. We have a great success story of a client that came to me. He went through several weeks of Suboxone. Then when we started working together, we transferred him from the Suboxone to several really powerful amino acid supplementation. DLPA, D as in David, L as in Larry, P as in Peter, A as in Apple. DLPA stands for D-L-phenylalanine. DLPA is great as a mood booster, and it also decreases pain. 2 of the things that are needed via opiate withdrawal or alcohol withdrawal or any type of withdrawal from drugs or alcohol at all. Okay, so that worked really, really well for him. And then tyrosine is another amino acid that we use that helps people to stay very focused on their program. The only caveat is if you're taking any type of anti-anxiety, antidepressant, bipolar medication, schizophrenia medication, you want to be very careful about self-medicating with amino acid therapy. You can email me at the website. I can give you more information or talk to your doctor as well. Okay, but opiate addiction is massive. We get all kinds of working professionals that have been struggling with it. Maybe they've had surgery and then they abused it during surgery and they got hooked afterwards of recovery and they can't shake it. Again, 45 people a day are dying from opiate overdose. So be really cautious, okay? Don't forget, you can go to talkdavid.com, look for the little link, David's radio show, and listen to thousands upon thousands of hours of our archived radio shows to keep your moods up, boosted, and everything else that you can imagine. And also, don't forget, if you want daily inspiration, go to talkdavid.com and join our David Essel's Daily Video Boost. Every Monday through Friday, you're going to get a video in your email box giving you thoughts for the day, motivation for the day, action steps for the day, Monday through Friday. So you don't have to search anymore for for your motivational start of each day, okay? It's called David Essel's Daily Video Boost, and join us. The community is awesome. People from all over the world are with us at TalkDavid.com. Listen, go to TalkDavid.com, listen to thousands of archived shows, and then either later this week or early next week, we'll be doing another David Essel Alive Positive Talk Radio show right here on Facebook Live. We start every of our radio shows here live for you so you can be with us as well. Don't forget to share these videos on your walls, because you never know. Of all the people that we've helped today on this radio show, you never know who on your wall could benefit and who needs this information as well. Okay? Have a beautiful day. Bye now.